I've never said this publicly before, not in a video, not even to some of the people closest to me. But if sharing this helps even one person, then it's worth it. When I was 15 years old, I tried to end my life, and now, 10 years later, I'm so grateful that I failed. Because everything that's come after, I could have never imagined any of it. So if you're in that dark place right now, if you're thinking about giving up, please just give me 10 minutes because I want to tell you what I wish someone had told me back then. I was 15. We had just moved to a new city, new school, new everything. And looking back now, I can admit I was being dramatic. We only moved 30 minutes away. It wasn't even that far. But when you're 15, everything feels like the end of the world. I felt completely alone. I didn't know anyone at my new school. I was awkward and anxious and convinced that nobody would ever want to be my friend. And the worst part was, I couldn't explain to anyone why I felt so bad because, objectively, my life was fine. My parents loved me. I had a roof over my head. I wasn't being bullied. I just felt this crushing weight of emptiness and loneliness that I couldn't shake. And I started to think maybe everyone would be better off without me. So one day during summer, I sat in a car with all the windows rolled up. It was hot, really hot, and I just sat there. My plan was to let the heat do what it needed to do, to just drift off and not wake up. And for a while, I just sat there in this weird, numb state, not really thinking, not really feeling, just existing in this space between wanting it to be over and being too scared to make it happen faster. But then I had this thought, this random thought about my nephew. My sister was pregnant at the time, and I hadn't met him yet, and I remember thinking, I want to meet him, I want to be his uncle, I want to be part of his life. And that thought broke through the numbness, just for a second, but it was enough. I opened the car door, I went inside. I didn't tell anyone what happened. I just went to my room and cried, and now, 10 years later, that nephew calls me his brother. I have a dozen nieces and nephews now. I've experienced so much good that I never would have known existed if I had gone through with it that day. And that's what I want you to understand if you're struggling right now. The good that hasn't happened yet. You can't see it from where you are, you can't imagine it. But it's there. It's waiting for you, all the people you haven't met yet who are going to change your life, all the experiences you haven't had yet that are going to make you grateful you stayed, all the versions of yourself you haven't become yet that you can't even picture right now. I know it doesn't feel like it. I know right now it feels like this is forever, like nothing will ever get better, like the pain is never gonna stop, but it does. It gets better, not immediately, not overnight, but it does. And I know you've probably heard that before. People love to say it gets better, like it's some magic phrase that's supposed to fix everything. And it's annoying because when you're in that place, you don't want to hear empty platitudes. You want actual help. So let me give you actual help. Real things that I wish someone had told me when I was 15. Not therapy speak, not inspirational quotes. Just honest, practical things that actually make a difference. First, stop listening to sad music. I know this sounds stupid. I know you probably love your sad playlist and it feels like the only thing that understands you, but you're just rehearsing your sadness. You're practicing being miserable. Your brain is literally training itself to feel worse every time you listen to those songs, so delete the playlist. I'm serious. Just delete it. Listen to anything else, even if you don't like it at first. Your brain needs to stop associating music with sadness. Second, eat better. I know, this sounds like something your mom would say, but your brain is an organ. It needs fuel. And if you're feeding it garbage, it's going to make you feel like garbage. You don't need to become a health nut. You don't need some perfect diet. Just eat real food. Fruits, vegetables, protein, stuff that didn't come out of a package. Your brain needs nutrients to make the chemicals that make you feel okay. Third, get sunlight and move your body, even just 10 minutes. Go outside during golden hour when the sun is setting. Walk around your block. You don't need to run a marathon. You don't need to go to the gym. Just move. Because when you're depressed, you stay inside, you stay in bed, you don't move. And that makes everything worse. Your body needs sunlight. Your brain needs movement. It's not going to fix everything, but it helps. I promise it helps. And fourth, drink water. I know this sounds like the most basic advice ever, but most people are walking around dehydrated and don't even realize it. Your brain is mostly water. If you're dehydrated, your brain literally can't function properly. Drink more water. Fifth, take it one day at a time. Don't think about next month or next year or the rest of your life. Just get through today. That's it. Just today. And tomorrow, you'll do the same thing. Just get through that day. Because when you're in that dark place, thinking about the future is overwhelming. You can't imagine feeling better, so don't try to imagine it. Just focus on getting through the next 24 hours. Sixth, get off social media. At least limit it. Because you're comparing your messy, painful reality to everyone else's highlight reel. You're seeing the best moments of everyone else's lives and thinking that's their whole life. But it's not. Everyone's struggling with something. Everyone's got pain they're not posting about. You're not uniquely broken. You're not the only one who feels this way. You're just the only one being honest about it. And seventh, and this one might be hard to hear, but take some accountability. I'm not saying your pain isn't real. I'm not saying your struggles don't matter. But sometimes we adopt a victim mindset about things that are actually pretty normal. Like when I was 15, I acted like my life was falling apart because we moved 30 minutes away. That's not a tragedy, that's just life. And I made it into this huge thing that justified how bad I felt. So ask yourself, are you actually going through something terrible, or are you making normal teenage stuff into the end of the world? Are your parents actually being unreasonable, or are they just setting normal boundaries that you don't like? Again, I'm not dismissing real pain. If you're being abused or going through actual trauma, that's different. But if you're just dealing with normal life changes and normal parent rules, maybe take a step back and get some perspective. Now, I want to talk about something a bit more spiritual. I'm not trying to convert anyone or preach, but this helped me. There's a verse in the Quran that says God doesn't burden a soul beyond what it can bear. And whether you believe in God or not, I think there's truth in that idea. You can survive this. The fact that you're going through it means you have the capacity to get through it. The pain you're feeling isn't going to break you. You're stronger than you think. And I know you don't feel strong. I know you feel weak and helpless and like you can't take it anymore. But you're still here. You're still fighting, even if you don't realize it. Even if it doesn't feel like fighting, you're still here. And that counts for something because on the other side of this storm, there's a version of you that's smiling, a version of you that's happy, a version of you that looks back on this moment and thinks, I'm so glad I stayed. I'm that version now. 10 years later, I'm that person. And I never would have believed it when I was 15. I couldn't picture it, I couldn't imagine it, but it happened anyway. And the same thing can happen for you. But you have to stay. You have to get through today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day. One day at a time until those days turn into weeks and months and years. And eventually, you'll look back and realize just how much good you would have missed, how many people you would have never met, how many moments you would have never experienced, how many versions of yourself you would have never become. So please, just stay. For the nephew you haven't met yet, for the person you're going to fall in love with one day, for the random Tuesday, 5 years from now, when something makes you laugh so hard you cry. For all the good that hasn't happened yet. I know it's hard. I know you're tired. I know you don't want to hear that it gets better, but it does. I'm living proof, and you can be too. If you're in crisis right now, please reach out to someone. Call a hotline, text a friend, tell a family member. Don't sit in that car with the windows up. Don't make a permanent decision based on temporary pain, because 10 years from now, you could be making a video just like this, telling someone else that they matter, that their life is worth living, that the good that hasn't happened yet is worth staying for. And if you're not struggling but you know someone who is, send them this video. Check in on them, ask them how they're really doing. Sometimes just knowing that someone cares is enough to get through another day. Let me know in the comments if this helped you, and if you're comfortable, share what's keeping you going. What's your version of the nephew you haven't met yet? We'll talk again soon.